Hey everyone, Zero JD here with the X-Play Fans channel. I'm here to give you a quick taste of Castaway Paradise, a very much an Animal Crossing-like game. As you can see here, I have a collection of bugs and a creepy little creature here that I've collected earlier that you kind of wash up on shore after a storm, and the mayor apparently immediately puts you to work making you clean stuff up and taking care of the town. So, my biggest issue with this game is that everything is a grind. Everything takes forever. Like over here, I planted all these guys. All right, oh my. I planted these guys over here, and they take real life time to grow. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I can't water them. Oh, there it is. So I'm gonna water that. So their next phase will be done in almost half an hour. And that's the same for like trees. When you upgrade a building, the island is actually separated up into three chunks around here that, as far as I can tell so far. And the issue with that is, to get to them, you have to rebuild the bridges, which take these little tablets, which you can get from quests, or you got from the early quests, and you can buy them, but of course that'll take money and all that kind of fun stuff. So the main thing I've done so far is you go to these town people, which are, again, very animal-like. You are the human, and then they have these weird animal people all around. You get quests, they give you rewards and stuff like that. I've started to get quests where it's like, hey, you need to kind of buy stuff to finish this quest kind of thing. So what we're going to do is, I don't care about taking care of those anymore. So like an Animal Crossing, if I want to, hey, I got a shovel, I can dig up this tree stump and then fill in the hole kind of thing. So, and of course, you start out in a tent. I haven't had anyone offer to upgrade my home for a massive amount of money yet. There was a reference about upgrading my home, but they didn't really ask for any money. So I can actually hit Y here and quickly just pick everything up. So I'm gonna kind of just pick everything up. Like, so far, the game is like, it'd be wonderful if it didn't have this constant, like, hey, you have to wait forever for stuff to happen. So like, hey, I'm gonna shake that off and then pick it up. But then like, hey, if I want more apples, I gotta water this tree and then wait an hour until it gives me another apple. And so far there's been no kind of like mention that maybe later on I can speed that up. There hasn't been any microtransaction kind of thing. Like Animal Crossing, they have a store you can go to sell stuff, or you can kind of just hit start and go to like, hey, here's the catalog, and kind of see everything. The thing is, though, you have to be certain levels to unlock stuff, which is weird. So it's got all that, and then there's outfits and stuff like that. For those who care, all the achievements are, again, odd numbered achievements. So let's just go ahead and just... So I got a whole bunch of money now. And I can go like, hey, I want to go and buy, let's see, let's buy this chair over here. So I'm going to buy this chair. Oh, but I can't, even though the chair's on display, I can't buy it. So how about this lamp? So I bought that lamp. So let's buy a few of these and maybe get to the other island, or section of the island. And of course, like over here, you can see like there's a person there who will style your hair and kind of stuff. On the left, you can see like the quests and stuff that I have. The breed parasols, I believe I have to buy those. Lavender, I have to buy seeds and plant them. The issue is I did the quest. They got deposited in the like kind of sale area, the silo. I sold them and then it negated the quest. The footbed boards, I have to go and buy all that stuff as well. So I'm like, right now, the best thing I can do is either wait for those plants to grow or run around fishing and doing other crazy stuff. So we're gonna, like, fishing or collecting bugs, and that's about it. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna equip my bug net after I deposit these little things. So I still need one more to get to the other island, or other chunk of the island. Gonna go and shake down this apple. But like, all of it has, like, it 100% is a clear Animal Crossing game. It's just that there is about 5 times more waiting, or at least it feels like that, because it's popping up these timers over everything. Like, if I wanted to, I could harvest these early, I believe. No, Oh, there it is. And like highlighting stuff is a pain. I can put that pepper in there so I can go and sell that pepper. So I have to carefully line up with what I want to harvest. So let's say that those peppers were the lavenders on the side. It would say 3 of 4, but then if I went and got 4 of 4, the quest would check off. And then I went over here and I was like, hey, I'm gonna sell these because I need money. And oh no, it'd go back down. It's also weird because I could have sworn earlier I grew some pumpkins and I got like $200 for them. But when I had a pumpkin in my inventory, I sold it. I guess it was an item to like decorate with. I got like 3,000 credits for it, which confused me deeply. One nice thing is you can hit select and kind of like look around and stuff like that. But and it is like real life time. So like I gotta, oh, so apparently my daily quests have turned over. Also, it says evolve flowers, which means they want you to just plant something and make it pretty. So we're gonna go here. I mean, it is so Animal Crossing that one of the, like there's an achievement for like, donate all this stuff to the what's it called, museum. Also, if you run at the bugs, they get away. And it's also finicky about like exactly where you're lined up for them and all that. The fishing mini game, when I first did it, did not explain anything. I thought you would have to hit X to pull in the line. You have to wait until the arrow is inside of some green thing. But like this would be so much more fun if they kind of got rid of the like the massive, like at least remove the timers or make it like less apparent that like, hey, this game has an insanely long like grind fest. And a lot of the animations feel like they just take forever. Especially like if you're gonna have animations that you're gonna be doing over and over again, make them shorter. So we're gonna go and collect this guy. As you can see on the right, there's like weekly largest bugs, and it's most of the time it's filled out with, hey, this is the maximum size you can get. So if you don't get maximum size, you're out of luck. So I think I might have just enough money. So we're gonna go talk to this chick, who's a penguin. So we're gonna sell, and then let's get rid of the fish food. I don't think my the size of the thing affects the any of that. There's even like here for, and I'll show you where's the, put that away. Can't run any faster. So like in here, this is like the town hall. There's actually a place where you can invest money and come back like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. You can come back 5 hours later to invest money. There's also like a stock market kind of thing going on over here. I believe the most recent Animal Crossing had the Stalk, S-T-A-L-K market. But let's go over here and be like, hey, if I want to come back in 24 hours later, I can invest 5,000 and I will get a return of that. So let's just do the small one and let it go. And it doesn't remind you in game to come back. You got to be like, hey, remember that. Like, hey, I invested this much for this time length. I got to come back and reap the rewards kind of thing. But there's nothing to really indicate that anything is going to change from this little grind cycle of, hey, maybe I'll come back tomorrow and there'll be more tree stumps to pick up. So now I got to take this all the way back around. But I don't like that it has items up to buy that I don't have the level for. I don't know if those items will rotate. That store is also absolutely useless since I can just go to a menu here. But so far, like, you get experience points, you level up, it unlocks more things, it's whatever. Hey, I did it. Oh, see, like, and I, like, even though getting to that point of being able to build that took me about an hour and a half or an hour, they still make me wait. So I still kind of, like, well, and of course you go over here and talk to the people. And if you're on a quest for them, though, there's this weird thing, like, let's say they sent you on a quest, but you have a quest to talk to them, they won't let you talk to them for that quest until you finish their quest. But it's like there is just so much waiting, and it's so blatant, like you have to wait. One of my quests, at least, that was like this guy got IRS papers and he made me bury them. And everything you do gives you experience points. Like, hey, I'm beating up these rocks. I've upgraded my pick, so instead of 2 hits, it takes 1. It doesn't even look like there's anyone over here. But yeah, it's like all the island got messed up, and it's like instantly, here, get to work. There you go, all leveled up. I double leveled up, my. So now that I'm over here, it'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go over here, take this TV, which sells for a lot, get this banana, go talk to these people. I'm sure they have, like I can't even get to this area because I'll have to repair this with more tiles. So it's like, it's so apparent that they're dragging out the game because, like, the area, in all honesty, is kind of small. And of course, there's like achievements for repairing everyone's home and kind of stuff like that. So it's a massive grind game. Like, it could be like so much better if, like, yes, I might be able to blast through all this, but I probably would have a lot more fun if I could actually get to these places without having to at least not buy these tiles or reducing the countdown for how long it takes to, like, grow something. Like, if I want to, I can, like, hey, I'm gonna dig a hole and plant a seed here. And, like, hey, this is gonna be done in like 5 minutes. Like, oh joy, I'll come back in 5 minutes. So it's a fun concept. It's just insanely grindy. I think there are seasons, because when I started up the game, it was like, hey, it's summer. So I'm guessing, like, if I come back later, it'll be like fall, or like it'll kind of change, like, compared to like what your Xbox is set to. But like, apparently the island is called Castaway Paradise. But this is Castaway Paradise. It would have been so much more fun if there wasn't just massive amounts of just waiting and having to deal with, like, just it feels like they almost know that the game is, like, insanely short if they didn't chuck in this, and like this just drawn out waiting process. Like, oh hey, now these are ready to go. But since I waited longer for this to harvest them, I can now collect them. I don't even, like, the issue is, like, I don't even know how much these sell for versus how much I bought them for unless I go, like, through here. So those peppers were 92 each. And I put down, I don't want to do math, but I'm going to hopefully assume that I will get a nice profit. So I'm going to get like 36,000. Let's go for it. So I sold all those, so now I guess I can go, like, upgrade someone's house or whatever. But this is Castaway Paradise. I am Zero Jetty, the CXplay Fans channel. If you want something to pass time and kind of just mindlessly play, maybe play it while doing a podcast or watching a YouTube video, this would be fun. But actively having to, like, kind of just, like, well, like, I have to go do this and, like, wait for this to be done kind of thing, it's not fun. Thank you so much for watching. Check out our other videos. Have a nice day.